How to purify your mind with powerful meditation. Now, I used to be that kind of guy who used to overthink about anything, who used to have so much anxiety. Like, for example, if I was walking beside someone like 3 years ago, before I learned any of this manifestation stuff, before any of this self improvement stuff, like any of the good habits, I would just always think to myself, is that person laughing at me? Or even worse, are they there to attack me? Of course, they weren't like really powerful thoughts that used to always take over my mind. I never used to be like that, those kinds of people who always just overthink about their life. Just they just think that their life is constantly in danger, and then they attract that danger into their life, and then they get actually hurt, they get traumatized, maybe even RAPE, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, none of that ever happened to me. But man, did overthinking really mess up my life for a long time. Overthinking not just about my life's purpose, not just about the problems that I had in the current moment, but yeah, just overthinking in general. Overthinking about any kind of small detail, even if it was something as small as, for example, me being induced on some kind of I don't know, some kind of to basically tell some kind of a theory that we've been learning about in class, and then giving like a whole presentation about it in front of the entire class. Bro, and just imagine if one girl laughed. I would just think to myself, is she laughing at me? Or, I don't know, on something else? Dude, those thoughts used to fucking barricade me all the time. They used to hit me like a truck. Like my mind just wouldn't let go of them, and it would keep on reminding me forever and forever. And not just these kinds of thoughts full of fear, full of worry, but also full of sadness because of the emptiness and the helplessness that I felt when I was between the ages of 14 and 15. Yeah, those times, I don't want to go into great amounts of details, but yeah, those times really tested me hard. And of course, I still came out of it as a stronger, timeless reader. But now, yeah, they were very tough, especially on my mental health. But ever since I started developing myself and I went all out on my self mastery journey in summer of 2023, the main thing that I used to always work on, besides mindsets, besides my mental health, was actually focusing on mindfulness itself. And today, I literally walk around with a constant smile on my face. Yeah, sure, some people may call it that I look like I'm a fake. Some people may say that I may be bluffing all the time and I'm not being serious. But let's be completely honest. Would you like someone being around you who actually smiles with a genuine smile on their face? Not, of course, like that big of a smile, like ear to ear. I'm talking just like a little upward curve when it comes to, both ends of the mouth, if that makes sense. I'm not talking like a huge smile like women would wear all the time. I'm talking just like a little gentle one, right? And then just imagine that man having a thick neck, having a thick physique, just looking great. His skin isn't pale at all. It's the perfect temperature, if that makes sense. So yeah, of course it's way better to just walk around with a smile on your face than to just walk around with looking mushy all the time, like looking wet. Like I'm saying basically, like, I don't know, a thunderstorm is brewing on you and stuff like that. Of course, just looking cloudy. That's not me at all. And so the way that I did this, and don't just take this from me, I'm a person who has helped countless amounts of people in the past get on the right path in life, achieve the right mindsets, and get their goals that they've been dreaming about for a long time. And guess what? These people haven't even seen my timeless reader's mindsets yet. It is a collection of 24 unbreakable mindsets. And if you apply them correctly, they will completely change your life for the better forever. But back to what I was saying. The way that I did this was by meditating each and every single day for 8 minutes. But the only difference, and this was even the main thing that I noticed it when I was actually taking this strategy from the self-improvement side of YouTube, was that they would always add this small detail. You need to only focus on one thing when you're meditating. And this was something that I never really realized until that point. I mean, of course, the only ever time when I actually tried to meditate was when I was like 7 years old on my trampoline. And back then, of course, I did the right stance, I closed my eyes, and I started relaxing, but I actually don't know where to take it. I was like, is this gonna open up my third eye or something like that? But yeah, nothing happened. Because the main magic of meditation is not to it's not for you to open your third eye, it's not for you to do any of this voodoo bullshit. It is for you to completely enclose yourself from the physical realm and connect yourself with the inner infinite intelligence so that you can completely talk openly and uninterruptedly with your subconscious mind and with the mental and the spiritual realm, if that makes sense. You completely dissociate yourself from the animal self, the ego, and you connect with your mind, with your spiritual self. That's what meditation is all about. But that's just one side of the spectrum. That's just one half of it. Because besides these mental things that you can focus on, you still have the physical part that you can focus on. These physical things that you can focus on can be, for example, I don't know, your breath. It can be like the birds sing outside. It can be like the the hardness on of the ground that you're sitting on. It can be truly just anything. Or it can be, for example, if you're meditating outside, which would be really cool, and quite literally, because that's the example that I was gonna give. If you feel the coldness outside, if you're meditating at like 5 a.m. and the sun still hasn't risen up, then yeah, you can meditate on the coldness that is hitting your skin. Because those things will teach you to slowly but surely take your attention and put it back onto that one main important thing. And when it comes to the mental side of it, your mental side, it can be like, for example, looking for inner guidance. Like, for example, looking for that one singular answer to that problem. And this is what they esoterically say in the Bible as going to God. Climbing the mountain and getting the answers from Him. Climbing the mountain only represents you achieving a higher level of spiritual emotions. So, like, look at this graph, for example. You go from anger, from envy, from fear, from worry, all the way up to enlightenment, which is a state of mind where you don't judge anything, where you don't hate anything, where you are completely open to forgiveness, to love anything, because at the end of the day, everything in the universe is one. It's just God wearing a different mask. But that's a story for another video. But yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say. Just basically, whenever you look for your inner guidance when you are meditating, it's like, for example, you have a deep problem that has been troubling you. Think about it. Your subconscious mind, or we can either call it the infinite intelligence, which is basically another word for God, and God is an infinite being that already has answers to anything. So, with that logic, every time that you meditate and you connect with Him, with your subconscious mind, you basically get access to an infinite library of answers to any kind of problem. All you need to do is just be willing to be patient, decode the symbolism that it gives you, and actually think about it practically. Just follow where the emotion takes you. Because, of course, your subconscious mind will give you images of the right answer that you're looking for, and then it is up to you to pick the one answer that you feel the most amounts of emotional charge for, because the only language of the subconscious mind is emotion, right? So that's what you can do with your inner guidance when you look for it. That's the one thing that you can, for example, focus on when it comes to the mental side of it. And the other part of the mental side of it is, for example, when you're trying to cleanse your mind, and when you are truly tryharding meditation to completely purify your mind as a beginner on self-mastery or on self-improvement. I call it self-mastery in our clan. It is for you to, for example, just don't focus on anything. Just don't. Close your eyes, sit down, relax, and just focus and just let the thoughts that you normally get during your day-to-day life come out. And don't do anything but observe them. Don't judge them, don't indulge in them, don't do anything with them. Just simply observe them and focus back on the fact that you're just observing them, and that is the harder part. So, yeah, those are the two sides, the two main options that you can pick from when it comes to picking the right meditation. Then, once you have your pick, so for example, it can be your breathing or it can be looking for inner guidance, then you only focus on the one detail, whether it is your breath, whether it is, following the emotion and just focusing on your conversation with that subconscious mind. Because if you can focus on the conversation that you're having with your subconscious mind, then how do you think people are gonna pay attention to what you are saying in the conversations? And then you go and wonder why no one actually likes you, why no one actually wants to listen to you, even though that is a self-limiting belief that you have that you need to overcome. But yeah, that's just a small detail that I really want you to think about, my timeless reader. This is the game, and this is how you need to play it. All you need to do is to just go into your inner dimension and just focus on that one thing. It can be either physical, spiritual, or mental. It can be any one of these. Just all you need to do is focus on one thing. Because what meditation will teach you is that life is way better when you're mindful all the time. And when you can focus all of your attention onto one singular point. I've been flowing this entire video for like 12 minutes now. Sure, I stopped like a couple of times, but to think, but still, I am completely locked in on the video. Other people would have paused the video like 5 times now before they would be able to completely finish it, and yet I'm still flowing. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you